Yo, what is up guys? Ghost Sniper here, back with some more World of Tanks gameplay, and this time we're going to be reviewing the Type 59, also known as the Hype 59, and that's because when this tank first came out like a year ago on the shop, it was really controversial because it sounded like a T-54, but one tier lower, which it does sound pretty overpowered, and I'm not sure if they did nerfs to it. I'm pretty sure they did nerf it on a PC version. But now it's not that broken or not that overpowered anymore. Cause first of all, since I did get it like a day ago, it does seem pretty slow. I mean, even on flat grounds, as you can see, it's more like an IS-3 but with an uncapped speed. So it's not too fast but not too slow. The gun also has a massive reload. I'm not using any equipment on this, just so you guys can get a feel of the gun. But as you can see, it does say it's 9 seconds reload. And the aim time is pretty brutal too. And the penetration is also not that good too. I think it's a 180 or 190-ish. I think it might be 180, which is, I mean, it's decent, but you might have to use APCR for like IS-3s and other those tanks. As you can see there, we're seeing a whole lot of red. And well, this tank is good at hull down and side scraping, but as you can see, we just bounced that shot, which is also a good thing. Although some people do recommend not to side scrape, but I don't see why not. I've had pretty, I've been pretty successful with side scraping, and I have no idea how that bounced. That IS-3's peeking over at us. Switch to APCR and get a shot into him. We do have some backup here. I just wish that T-32 moved up a bit. Ah, there we go. It's trying to be cheeky there. There we go. They're moving up now. Driver's dead. So, as I said, this tank can be pretty slow sometimes. And with that driver dead, it's going to be even more slower, as you can see. Just what we need right now. But it looks like we got this game in the bag, so I'm just gonna move over. I decided to use my speed boost. I want to get some damage on that T-34 before he dies or gets murdered by our team. So we'll just make our way over here. And there he is. I really don't care if I die right now. Seems like we're gonna win this game. Yep, there we go. But we win. GG. So there was I had two games yesterday. And so the first game I was looking at an IS-3 Defender, kinda sideways, kinda like this way. He shot me in the side and I got ammo racked. I was on full health. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just go use another tank now. And the next game in the Type 59, I got ammo racked by an IS-6. So I was like, okay. But after that, it seems pretty good. I haven't really got my ammo rack knocked out anymore. The only modules I really seem to be getting damaged are my gun and my driver. Other than that, everything else is fine. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem that broken to me. Well, if you go hull down, the turret is pretty darn strong. With 200 millimeters of angled armor, well angled armor. And the hull is 100 millimeters of well angled armor. Kind of like the T-62A, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure the T-54 is 120 millimeters of armor. It is bodied off of that, as you can see. It looks very similar, except for the Chinese, the Chinese style gas tanks at the back. This is a KV-13. Get a nice shot into him. The alpha damage is pretty good, although you might run, you might low roll sometimes for around 243, which is my lowest roll. So you bounce off the J Panther. So as you can see, the penetration is good, but you might whack a few shots sometimes and hit the only spot you can't penetrate. We got two bounces so far. With the armor angled like this, there's no way that T2 can get through us. Not even the J Panther, because our armor is too thick like that. As long as we don't show our drive wheel. So we got our optics destroyed. I'm pretty sure that's a first. But I don't think it's really, I don't really need it right now. Close quarters, kind of. So as you can see, the aim, or not the aim time, the reload is pretty long. But it doesn't really bother me, because, like, there wasn't, as usually, as you can see, my team is with me, so there's no need. It's not like I'm getting swarmed by the enemy and I'm gonna die in like 2 seconds, because it's like 5v1 or something. You just gotta do kind of a peekaboom style gameplay. You don't really have nice damage, like you don't have a lot of damage, but you do have that massive reload, so you gotta play it like a peekaboom tank. And we bounce a shot from the mantlet of the ISU. I just feel like we should go ahead because my team is storming ahead too. C and SP1C. Get a nice little ram in there. I want to stop the T44 from ramming our Lttb. And that was a pretty secure game. We kept all our players there. Seems like we had a very good team. And since this is a premium tank, you want to think about the credit earnings. As you can see, I did 1900 damage, which isn't a lot, but even after the provisions, the camouflage, and consumables, I still made 71,000, which is pretty darn good. It's not like T34 level credit making, but it's up there. I think it's better than my IS6 for credit earning. Well, I used to have the IS6, I sold it, but I feel like this is better than the IS6 for credit earning because I felt the shells were expensive on the IS6, and for some reason I would only make, even if I won with like 3k damage, I'd only make like 30,000. So I'm not too sure about that. So I do say right towards dunes. So the IS6 is turning, the Tiger's turning. Because, I don't know, I read the forums. Some people say this tank has 5 degrees of gun depression, some people say it has 7. It looks like 7 to me, does it not? See, that looks like 7, right? I'm not sure, but I do know I'm a diehard fan of tanks with gun depression, and this one doesn't really bother me. It's not 8 or anything, but I can still play with it, so... Oh my god. Okay. So, the gun depression on this tank, I think it's 5 or 7. I was looking around in the forums and no one can really decide if it's 5 or 7, but I think it's 7. It's pretty good. I mean, tanks without gun depression, I don't really like unless they're really good. Like the Lttb. I use the max gun, so it doesn't have a lot of gun depression, but it's also blazing fast. So, I don't really mind. But for this tank, it has other strengths like the turret and the side scraping ability, the armor. So I don't really care about that. I don't really go peekabooming on top of dunes like this. I would hide on that side of the dune and peek out with my frontal armor, so it's easier to bounce shots, and I don't have the gun depression problem. So there's a Tiger 2, and there's an IS. I want to make it up this hill, but I wonder if I'm going to get shot by that SU. Oh, that Type 62 is going ham. You know what? Let's just do it. He's not looking our way. Get a shot into his back there. Oh, jeez. That was a massive shot by a Rheinmetall. Oh, he's not looking our way. And we get the kill shot. See if I can go help out our T2. Looks like he might need some help. The Carnarvon misses us. That Comet seems mad. And we get that little bounce from the Tiger on that little front plate there. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to steal his kill, but... Okay, so there's a Carnarvon there. He's over there. He has a stock turret and all. Maybe if I can face hug it from the back. Or I guess butt hug him? What? No idea. But doesn't look like he's even looking our way. And again, I didn't mean to steal the kill. At least no one seems mad. So I hit that speed boost to get over there quickly. Not because I think we're going to lose, it's just I want to get there quickly. And it looks like he missed a heat shell or something. I don't know, T-44's fired heat, or maybe that was one of our players. Oh, we might be able to get the kill. And, oh, I should have aimed that one. But whatever. So he's going to try circling the T-29. Did we really just bounce? Oh, whatever. Good team anyway. So there you are, guys. That's the rundown of the Type 59. I'd say it's worth it. It's a great tank. If only they sold it alone without the package, but if it was my say, yeah, you should get it. It makes good credits. It's fun to play. And if you're a skilled player, this is a carry tank. Like, you can carry a bunch of games with this. But that's about it, guys. See you later.